Welcome to another edition of Achievement College, my step-by-step guide to getting you that gamer score. This is Aussie Gamer 17, and this is my all scannable objects locations guide slash the Space Archaeologists achievement guide. So if you follow this video, I'm going to show you where all of the scannable objects are. There are 57 of them in the game. I'm going to show you where they all are in the order that you should be able to find them if you're playing through the game while you've got this video on the side. It is really the only missable achievement, so I'm not doing my normal 100% walkthrough of the game. It's not really required. What you can do, make sure you know some of the combat related achievements. Make sure you're gathering as many materials as you can. All the materials you find, make sure you're gathering them to make sure that you can get all of your upgrades. But other than that, the only thing really missable is all the scannable objects. Right here is the very start of the game when you first gain control of your character. And we're going to grab the first scannable object, and we are in a place called the Desolate Valley at the start of the game. Head around to our right and sort of do a U-turn around to the right again.
Hey, here's something. You feel like analyzing some scan data?
That's what we're
And this is the first time you're going to be taught this little tutorial on scanning, and we're going to scan these crystals by holding RB.
just a basic composite of silicate. No energy reading to speak of.
So,
Okay, and what I'm going to do from now on, guys, is we're going to skip ahead to each scannable object. I'm not going to show you from each object to the next, but I will point out sort of references so that you know where I am. Like with this one, it was the very start of the game, the first time you gain control of your character. Literally about 10 seconds later, guys, you're going to come across your first pile of gunk. There's going to be a little cutscene relating to it, and in this little cutscene, you'll see your character scan the gunk. Obviously, that's not missable, and I wouldn't have kept it in the video other than the fact that when we get rid of the gunk, we're going to find our next scannable item.
Up with the radio reception.
So once you're back in control of your character, you can hold right trigger, get rid of all the gunk. You can also use left trigger to sort of aim to make this a little bit easier. Once all the gunk is gone, you're going to reveal this pool,
Interesting is what it is. Give me that
and we are going to scan it. As soon as we are back in control, we're going to scan the glowing pool. And from the pool thingy that we just scanned, guys, we're going to turn to our left. We're going to find this little cave here. And we're going to find these purple crystals in the cave. That is our third and final scannable object here in the Desolate Valley, the starting area. So make sure you scan these crystals until it says scan complete, and you've got the luminescent crystal. And I am going to check our encyclopedia here as we've completed our scans in the Desolate Valley. We've got the two minerals, the luminescent shards and the luminescent crystal. We've got the gunk. We've got, well, what was the pool? It was called the pool, now it's called an energy fissure. And that's all we need here in the Desolate Valley. Okay, just a short time later, guys, after removing some more gunk, your ship is going to land. We're going to be here in this location called the campsite. And we've got a bunch of things to scan. If you turn around from the ship, you're going to find this ball-shaped plant. We're going to scan that first.
You're gonna clean up some gunk?
From that plant, guys, we're going to turn around. We're actually going to scan our robot called CURT. Hey, come back here, CURT. Make sure you scan him before he gets away. No, he won't get away. He'll be around in this area. So look around for him and scan him. Scan complete. After we've finished scanning CURT, we're going to turn around. We're going to find BECKS. She's usually standing over this side of the ship, or at least at this part of the game. And we're going to scan BECKS.
Ha ha, very funny.
And after we've finished scanning at BECKS, we're going to head inside the ship and we're going to scan the workbench right here in the entrance. And from there, we're going to turn to our left, go a little bit further in, and we're going to scan this hydroponics wall. And from there, we're going to go back out of the ship, guys. We're going to head slightly to our right, and we're going to find another plant to scan. Could have done these plants when we did the other one, but I'm just doing them in the order that I found them in, guys. And that includes moving from the blue plant to the pink reddish plant right next to it. Now I do have my brightness turned right up, plus I'm a little bit colorblind, so I may get some of the colors a little bit wrong. But this plant right next to the blue one, grab that one for our 10th scannable object if you are keeping count. And from these two plants, we're going to head to our right. We're going to head past these plants on our left-hand side and follow the path around to the right.
Wonder where it leads.
And you're going to find this little body of water. Going to head in and scan the next plant right here. Make sure we're doing all these scans before we collect materials, guys.
Not quite.
And after you've scanned that plant, feel free to collect it, but I'm just going to go inside the cave to our right. And we're going to find inside here something called a BRINE ANVIL, if I'm saying it right. And we're going to scan these rock-looking things right here for scan number 12. And then right behind scan number 12, guys, is these sort of glowing things in the background here. And that will be scan number 13, the SQUID lantern. And to our left of that is the next scan. Forget what this stuff's called. We're about SPERRYLITE ANALOGUE. And we're going to get another achievement for scanning our 15th object. Now that does, of course, include the gunk that was automatically scanned during the cutscene earlier on. Okay, and then we can move on, guys. We're going to head further into the cave. Now, ideally, you're collecting all the materials as you go. But for this part of the playthrough, or for this playthrough, sorry, I'm just showing you where all the scannable objects are. So ignore the fact that I'm not collecting everything, but my priority is to show you guys where everything is. So follow the cave. There's only one way to go. And when you get to this big opening up the top here, turn around to your left, and we are going to scan these little plants here. So that's our 15th manual scan for the Angel Kernel. And then we're going to turn to our right, and we're going to get number 16, which is, I forget what it's called, RHIZA TWINE. I could have just checked my notes, but that would involve me stopping and looking. So there we go. That is number 15 and 16. Okay, and once we've scanned that, guys, and you will need to upgrade your glove and grab that plant, which was the first thing we scanned in this area, and you'll need to plant it here in order to get up these platforms here. And the next scannable object is after we go across this bridge, and you've got to get rid of this gunk. And once you get rid of the gunk, guys, if you hop down to the right here, you'll be able to scan this tongue thing. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Tongue thing. FOWL'S tongue. Make sure you scan that. From here, guys, you're going to need to grab another one of those ball seed thingamajiggies, and then you're going to throw it up there so that you can jump across here. And once you've done that, pick it back up and bring it through this way, and then plant it here so that you can climb up where we're going to climb here now to get to our next scannable object. So all the way up here, and up again, and through to where we see the gunk. But before we get to the gunk, we're going to turn to our right and go through this cave, and then follow it all the way to the end. And when we get across this bridge thingamajiggy, sorry, no, when we get to this bridge thingamajiggy, turn to our right, and we're going to scan another plant right here, this ball-looking one. Similar to the first ball one, but it is slightly different, and it's called the tape trunk. Okay, now we're just back at the entrance of that cave that we just went in. You have to get rid of a whole bunch of gunk here, and once you've done that, you can scan this plant right here. I think it's called the LUNAR stool. Yes, it is. There we go. Just a short time later, guys, you're going to come to a new area called the fungal jungle. You may need to get rid of some gunk in this opening part of the area. Then you want to approach this thing up here, and we want to scan that for our scannable object number 20, the gunk dripper. Now make sure you do scan that, guys, before you get rid of the rest of the gunk, because once you do, as you can see, it disappears. And from here, we're going to get the next scannable object off to our right hand side of the tongue thingy, and that's this plant here, the whale jaw. Make sure you scan that next. And from there, guys, jump across the tongue, and right in front of us here, before you collect these plants, we need to scan them. The wing beat for scannable object number 22. Short time later, guys, you're going to need to clear out all the gunk from this area and throw one of those plants into there so that you can jump across here. And then what you want to do is head down here. You can climb that and then jump across, or just take a dive like I did. And then you want to climb up here, and you'll see this tree looking thing in front of us. When we get to that, turn to our right, head inside this little cave and scan this plant here before you do anything else. Short time later, guys, you're going to come across our first enemy in the game, a gunk critter. You do need to make sure you scan a gunk critter before you destroy them all. These would be missable. Obviously, there's going to be plenty more opportunities for them, but just make sure you scan a gunk critter next. You may also want to get this achievement for throwing a gunk critter at another gunk critter. First opportunity to do it, so let's get it done here. Throw one at the other. Get a very easy achievement. Not really part of the guide, but I thought I'd include it. Okay, after clearing all that gunk and the gunk critters, you're going to get a little cutscene with a creature sort of hopping away. And you're going to be standing at this pool here. From there, turn to your left and continue down this way. And swing around to the left. Go under this little overpass. And make sure you scan this plant before you do anything else. From that same pool, guys, instead of heading left, we're going to head to our right this time. We're going to jump across this little rock platform, and where the ball plant is, up to the right. These may look fairly similar. Looks like something we've scanned before, but we haven't. And we're going to scan these smoke shards for number 26. Okay, from here, guys, you want to collect those plants, and what you want to do is grab this ball plant thingamajiggy and bring it with us. We need to throw it over this overpass so that then we can crawl through and grab it on the other side. So pick it back up, throw it in the pool here.
Amazing.
Then what you want to do is climb up off to the left-hand side and drop down in here for our next scannable item. This is number 27, and it is the hog fungus. Okay, guys, now continue on through the game. You're going to have to clear out a whole heap of gunk, and you're going to continue following that animal. When you first come to this area, the animal will be up there. You need to clear out a whole bunch more gunk. You need to find one of the seeds to plant in here, and then the animal will run away. And once you've planted the seed in here, what you want to do is make your way past this area around to the left. As you're going through clearing all the gunk, I think you may need to lower this vine thingamajiggy here off to our left. Once you've done that and you've planted that seed, we can climb up here and you'll find this cave off to our right. Head through here. You may come across this little cave entrance some other way, but I just wanted to show you a way of getting to it from an easy reference point. And then straight ahead, once you go through that little cave or overpass, we've got our next scannable object, which is this, I think it's called a tail hive. Yeah, there it is, so make sure you scan that. And guys, make sure you've been collecting all the materials in the areas that we've covered so far. The next scannable object will be in a new location. Okay, when you make your way to the ruined gateway for the first time, you will eventually come across this tablet here. You want to scan that for our next scannable object.
This translation.
Okay, after scanning the tablet, this next one can be a bit tricky or a bit finicky to stand in the right spot, but we want to scan this gateway here. So just stand sort of this far away. Sometimes you might need to move around, but make sure you scan the ruined gateway. And then we want to scan that light thing up there. What you want to do is jump over here where these purple flowers are and try and sort of get up here on top of the purple flowers. Look up and scan that light, and eventually you'll get the photosensitive trigger. Make sure you scan those 3 items here at the gateway. From the gate, guys, we want to turn around, head past the, whatever that is, jump across here, jump across again and again, and climb this vine. Top of the vine, turn left, go across the bridge, and we want to scan this alien artifact here.
This fellow's deal. What were you up to?
The alien monument. And from there, guys, turn to your left, and before you place your beacon and interact with this area, make sure you scan this area, and you will get a signal beacon for our next scannable object. Okay, you'll have to return to your camp to upgrade your glove. You'll get a cutscene. After the cutscene, head over to the campsite thingamajiggy here, where we did the cooking during the cutscene, and make sure you scan the portable stove. Alright guys, after passing through the ancient ruins and following this pipe, you're going to come to this area. It's going to say new location, polluted lake. When you first get here, head around to the right, and then go right again, and you're going to find our next scannable object. This orange yellowy ball thingamajiggy called the mulligan melon. Now, before using the mulligan melon, guys, turn around and head over to this sort of wreckage looking stuff. Make sure you scan that before you blow it up. After getting rid of that rubble, guys, and a little cutscene, you're going to come out to this giant polluted lake, head up to our left-hand side here, and make sure you scan this switch chain. Alright, in order to get across the polluted lake, you're going to need to go to the southern mountain pass and the northern mountain pass. Here in the northern mountain pass, you're going to come across this area where you have to shoot one of these down in order to continue on. Shoot it down again to get through here. And once you climb up here and you find this giant statue, off to the left is our next scannable object.
Fellow is by any chance? I think it's their god.
Alright, as with a lot of the things I show in this video, guys, you can do them in a different order. So you could have done the southern mountain pass before the northern mountain pass, but here we are in the southern mountain pass now, and you need to shoot this down in order to remove some rubble and progress. Go in underneath here.
You played a big part in the history of this place, didn't you?
And don't get stuck like I did there. But as soon as you go through, find this archway right here, and through the archway is the next scannable object.
Not sure how it translates.
Pardon the interruption, guys, but I just wanted to let you know that it takes a hell of a lot of work to make these guides and walkthroughs that I make on my channel. I need all the support I can get from you bloody legends out there. So please hit the join button to become a member of my YouTube channel, or you can join my Patreon by going to patreon.com/AussieGamers17. Thanks for the help, you bloody legends.
Okay guys, play through Gunk Tower. You're going to climb your way up the tower, sucking up as much of the gunk as you can on your way up. At a certain point near the top, you're going to come across this section here. You want to hop down and you want to scan these 3 little things here. Don't worry about the gunk. Make sure you scan the hatch, and then maybe get rid of the gunk. But what you want to do is make sure you get that hatch scanned. And then maybe get rid of some more of the gunk and make sure you scan the item or the area just to the right of the hatch, the ancient control panel. So 2 items to scan right here. Make sure you don't miss them. Alright guys, after clearing the tower and working your way back down the tower, collecting all the materials along the way, you're going to work your way inside what's called the deserted mine. Eventually you're going to open this door here and finally find the pipe again. That's all part of the story. Once you come through here, turn around to your left and you want to scan this sort of tablet looking thingamajiggy called an inscription for our next scannable object. From that scannable object, guys, look at this bridge looking thingy here, and you want to scan that for the next one, and that's going to be called the Ruin Swing Bridge. From there, guys, clear up all the gunk on and around the pipe. You'll just use those bridges to jump your way around. You'll need to pull this chain lever thingamajiggy, open this big door here, and once you go through the door, you want to scan these lights on the floor here.
The ruins look ancient, but the pipe looks...
Okay, you're going to continue through the deserted mine. You'll have to jump through a series of these sort of moving bridges, guys. When you get to this big sort of open room, you're going to want to make your way across 3 of these moving bridges. And before you go up this elevator, like the lights we just scanned earlier, before you go up that, you want to scan this object off to the left-hand side. And it is called the Ruin Console. Alright guys, we're going to continue through the deserted mine, and you'll get to an area called the lower mine, and eventually you're going to find a new enemy type. We need to go ahead and scan the new enemy type before we kill it, and hopefully before it kills us. So I'm just going to wait for it to spit at me. And then we're going to scan it. There we go. Gunk spitter. Make sure you scan one of those before killing it.
Oh shit.
Alright. This is going to be our next scannable object, our next enemy, guys. So we're going to let it ram, or try and ram us, then we're going to scan it. It's going to be a gunk beast that is going to be added to our encyclopedia. Alright guys, after defeating that gunk beast, and without spoiling too much, after rescuing the alien and seeing a cutscene that takes you back to the campsite, once you gain control of your character, make sure you head back to the campsite and go to that alien that we just rescued and make sure you scan him. And from here at camp, guys, we are going to go head the way the story wants us to head. We're actually heading back to the desolate valley. We're going to head down this way. I'm going to jump across these platforms.
Hey, would you at least tell me where you're going?
I'm going
Quiet,
to the
Bex.
garden to end all of this. I think I saw it before. I just need to cross the river.
You're just gonna
And
go out there
if it's the first time you've come down here, you'll
around?
get this dialogue.
Sarcasm isn't helping, Bex.
And before you do anything else, you want to scan this little thing off to the side. And after using the key and passing through to the garden trail, as soon as you enter the garden trail, you'll find this little turbine looking thingy here. We need to scan that as well. And as you enter the abandoned city, you'll get a really short little cutscene. Then what you want to do is head over to the left over here and scan this thingy. It can be a bit finicky. There they are. And get the vegetation nursery. And from the nursery thingy there, just turn around. You'll see this thing. I think it's called a ruin booth. It's also finicky, but I found a spot right here. And scan the ruin booth. Just a little bit further into the game, guys, you're going to find a place to put a beacon here in the abandoned city. You can place the beacon, or even before you do that, what you want to do is turn around and you want to scan this thing here. Once again, it can be quite finicky. Where did I find it? There we go. Okay, I found a spot. It is called the ruin cart. So find a spot that will let you scan it and grab. What's that? That is scannable object number 53 now. Just a few to go. Alright, and a short time later once again. This time we are at a place called the Gardener's Studio. We've come in here with our mission to open the lock grates, just so you know where we're sort of up to. It's a pity there's no map here. Anyway, we want to drop inside the Gardener's Studio once you find that structure where I was outside just a moment ago. And you can get rid of the gunk if it's in your way, but what we want to do is hop across here, get rid of this gunk here, and behind here we are going to see this workbench, or laboratory counter I think the game calls it. There it is. Alright guys, and here we are in the garden. We're working our way through the garden. We'll come to this big room. Ronnie will say a few things when you first get to this room, something about Beck's peeing her pants, and then you've got to climb up here. You've got to open this door.
What?
Everything okay?
Just
Crawl under here.
PG. Are we done with this place yet?
Bex, can we just...
I'm busy, Ronnie.
Climb again. And open another door. Oops. And when you go through this door, there's going to be chairs set up inside. Scan one of the chairs for scannable object number 55. And for 56, you just got to scan the console here next to one of the chairs. The environment control panel. Okay guys, after that last collectible, you need to play through quite a big chunk of the game, and without spoiling too much, you need to play through to the second time you come to the Dome of Geist, and our final scannable item is the Gardener himself. You'll have to remove his shields and everything in order to scan him, but that is going to get us the Space Archaeologists achievement. All you have to do from here now is beat the game, guys, as long as you've got everything else along the way. There's 3 or 4 combat related achievements that you need to make sure you get as you play through the game. But that is it, guys. That is it for the guide. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, post a comment. Those 2 things are a free way to really help my channel grow, guys. So if you do appreciate guides like this, please do like and comment. And of course, if you want more guides like this and you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And please come support me by being a member here on YouTube, or joining my Patreon. Lots of giveaways and things like that coming on the channel as well. And I've got my own Aussie Gamer merch, so if you haven't checked that out yet, please check that out if that interests you. There's the bell, guys. You know what that means. Class dismissed.